Welcome back to Banter and Beauty Bosses. I'm your host, Sami Pelling, and I'm here with my fabulous co-host, Emma Thomas. Whether you're tuning in on Spotify or watching us on YouTube, I'm so happy to have you with us today. This is a place for real talk, honest business tips, and a little bit of banter for all you beauty bosses out there. But before I jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment below. It helps us reach more beauty and entrepreneurs just like you. Are you ready for today's episode? Yay!
So everybody, today we are going to be discussing, we've got Mother's Day coming up. We are also discussing some of Sami's most recent achievements and the things that you really don't want to miss out on with Sami. And also some of the things that we started to see in the beauty industry, but also coming out to the public. So we want to chat about those things. So welcome and let's crack on.
What have you been up to recently then? Anything exciting?
Not exciting. I am going to moan about this. So I'm in Birmingham. Sami knows I'm going to moan. So
Yeah,
I'm
do
in
it.
Birmingham, and you will have seen on the national news that Birmingham Bing lorry people are on strike, and they're on strike for money. And I get it, I get it. But I've been to the tip today, and it really annoys me that I have to make an appointment to go to the tip to get rid of my household rubbish. And not only that, but I have a really big garden. I'm going to just turn my screen. All right. That's not
A
even.
lot of green waste going in, or garden waste going in there then.
Yep. So my garden waste, we pay a subscription every year for.
I do too.
Yeah. Not everyone does though, do they? Which I'm okay with this. So we have to pay a subscription for 2 green waste bins, and we cannot have our green waste done at the moment. And it's really peeing me off because I'm looking at my garden and it's spring, it's March, and I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, so I'm in a bit of a funny mood with that at the moment. But it does also make me think about us in our industry. Most of us don't have any type of union or anything like that. So, some of us are with certain groups, but in reality, we don't have a union. So how do we stand up for ourselves? You see people like the bin men going on strike, and you see oil people at the moment. We've seen all these people striking for their rights, and yet we all just seem to stand back and step down. We're not united. And I really feel like our industry at the moment needs to find a way to pull together. Did you see the thing that they did in London for the hairdressers, like for small businesses? So this wasn't really well publicised, but they got hairdressers in particular to come out and protest in London. It's SOS, it's called. I think it's called Save Our Salons.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose is that people are a bit annoyed by that. Now, in all honesty, if you look into it, it's not all accurate, but people are standing up and saying, we're not happy with this, but why don't we unite? Why are we all very quick to jump down to the bottom and get paid really minimally? We have got April coming where national insurance is going up massively, and yet we're all just like, okay, fine. My clients can't afford it. Let's stand up together, everybody. Get support in your groups. Make friends with other people. Oh my God, I'm totally on a rant here. Sorry, Sami.
I love it. I love it. Just keep
Lighten the
going.
mood for me. I just got on.
Get it out your system. That's what it's all about. This is a safe space here. You got to get all these bad things in your head out. Got to get them out.
Yeah. My little boy keeps watching that film Inside Out, where have you ever seen it? I've
Love
never
it.
seen it. Oh my God, it's so true, isn't it? I can feel the anger guy in my head now is just his steam is coming out. Emma's mad. They're talking about the bins.
I'd absolutely love that. Honestly, though, I get it. I do. What was it? It was the doctors and nurses. They went on strike as well, didn't they? And obviously, some people's surgeries got put aside, and people they don't. I get it. I do get why they do it, but it's the ripple effect that goes with it.
Yeah, it is.
It's very inconsiderate.
Yeah, I mean, we're not here to talk about strikes, which I know I've brought up. But the thing is, if we put it into perspective, these people that strike are striking because they're in the public services, really. And they're able to strike a lot easier. Whereas, could you imagine if you just said, right, I'm putting down tools, I'm an Altec, that's it, I'm going on strike until I get paid more. What do you think is going to happen? Your clients are going to go elsewhere. Yeah, you're going to lose your clients because we have no unity. And I know that last year there was that lovely idea of raise your prices. What happened with that? With the nail industry? I mean, it's just, that was that day, wasn't it, in April, that everyone was like, let's let's raise our prices today. Do you remember that one brand put their prices up at the same time? Do you remember
Yes.
that?
Yes. Oh my God, the backlash they got from that, it was just like, what? And then
Yeah,
they
that
clawed it
was,
back and was like, oh, we're going to now put it up in October or something, whatever it was.
somebody did think in the marketing.
I think it's either that or they just genuinely didn't know because some people had no idea that it was even a thing until obviously it was on the news. But it's in the industry. It's like we, I see so much things, you see so many things, and it's who can basically shout the loudest.
Yeah, it
That's what
is.
it's all about. Is the consistency of just keep posting, keep sharing, just keep showing up, and people will see you. Like it's all about the engagement. The more engagement you get in posts, the more engagement you get on things like that, more people are going to see it. The more people you get to share it, they're going to know about it. But then that's how they ended up on the news, wasn't it? By
Yeah,
sharing it that much that it
yeah,
brought attention to the news. I can't
yeah.
even remember who it was. Was it BBC?
I
Was
think
it
so.
ITV?
Yeah, it's Sammy's right. You know, you grab hold of these little news stories. This is the same in our industry as well. If you pick up, for example, you share something that I don't know, Vogue has written about a nail brand that you use or a facial, you share it and you tag them in it, and suddenly you've got more people looking at your posts. Actually, sharing and keeping an eye on what's going on in the news is really important, actually. So Sammy knows about this, but I did a post in my beauty success squad last week, and I'd seen it from another person in the industry, another expert in the industry. And if you haven't seen this video, you need to go and look at it. It is from This Morning TV show, and they did an interview with two women who were selling the most random things. So they were selling toenail clippings, their acrylic nails, like once they were off. Somebody was selling hair from the hairbrush, you know, when you give your hair a good brush and then you pull all the hair off in a little jar. And they were selling these things for about 50 quid each, right? These women have made loads of money from this. So I put it into my group because one, I'm like weirded out by it. But two, I thought to myself, we're really, really quick at blaming the fact that there's no money in the industry at the moment, that people are on hard times. And we're so fast at saying, oh, well, I'm quiet because, you know, no one's got any money. No, that is not the case. You need to find your niche in your area and why people want to use you, why they need to come to you. Because actually, there's plenty of money. And that whole thing about like a pot of hair, someone paying 50 quid for a pot of hair or for toenail clippings is evidence that there's money out there. It's just got to be you finding the right thing to sell or the way to sell to the right people.
Do you know what? That's given me like the weirdest thoughts in my head, thinking, oh my God, was that like a serial killer that's like going to use your DNA? That is literally what I'm
Oh,
in my brain. I'm just thinking fingernails, hair. That's basically how they get all your DNA. They're going to, my God, they're going to clone you and create a new version of you. That's the sort of weird stuff that goes in my head.
no, but I've got this for you. Do you remember you said ages ago about one of your books you wanted to do a bit more like thrillery type?
Oh my God, yes, that would be such a good
How
thing.
cool
Like
would
this
that be?
weirdo that just like collects
Yeah,
stuff, and it's like, honestly, that's made me feel really weird. Like,
Sammy, this
oh
is
my
going to be your
God.
book.
But it's true though. People,
Yeah, this.
like, I keep seeing it, it's like dirty socks or like they'd put a pair of stockings on or something and then they've sold that for God knows how much. And then I just think people will make money from foot pictures. Was it OnlyFans for feet or
Yeah.
whatever it is? I don't know what it's called. But do you know what I mean? It's like there's so many weird things out there that people pay for and you'll
Do you
be
remember
surprised.
that? I mean, this is like totally off topic, but it's sort of on topic. But do you remember, you might be slightly young for this, but pre internet days, that there used to be the sex phone chat lines?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember there was this thing about, you know, these guys were totally getting off on this really beautiful
Hello,
voice.
beautiful. How are you today? Do
And
you
then
know
there
what? You saying that, right? My DT teacher, when I was in year 10, was I in year 10 or year 11? It was one of them years. And I remember my design technology, I was doing woodwork and my teacher turned around and goes, of course, I was a full-on smoker at this point. So like I was one of them like teenage smokers, disgusting. I don't do anymore. But I obviously had a bit of a raspy voice. And she was like, "Oh my God, you could be a sex phone worker, like on the phone because of my voice." Obviously, I was a very grown up child at that age. Like I grew up very, very young. I think probably what's about 12, 13 when I grew up. And my world was completely different to what children's are today. And it's made me who I am today. But I just always remember that's a key point in my life. And she was like, Sammy, if all else fails, you've got this. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. Yeah.
Career
And now I
advice.
think back and I'm like, oh my God, really? Space station and all that crap. You know what I mean?
Sammy, though, you are like, you got the great voice, but you're gorgeous as well. You got a great personality. But there was that thing, wasn't there, about these women who had these beautiful voices that would then be like ironing or cooking the dinner, and they were like, I'm not going to go down the ugly route because nobody's ugly. You know, we're all like just
No,
different.
no, we're all beautiful. Yeah.
They weren't, the voice didn't quite match the image.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's just so weird, but people would pay for that. Yeah, I never understood. My God, this is such a weird conversation today. What a weird topic we're having. I never
It's just
understood.
banter and random chat.
I didn't ever understand. I feel like I'm whispering, even though the whole world could hear this. I never understood the prostitute thing, right? Because, like, in my years of going to nightclubs, right, it would have been really easy to just meet somebody and have a one night stand. So it's got to be more than just sex, hasn't it? And these toenails have to be more than just like
Well, they get
toenails.
off on it. Clearly, they must get off on
Yeah,
it.
this is so random. This is
I just think of
probably,
serial killers. That's all I think of.
maybe that's why they've got on telly to show that they're selling it. Maybe, oh no, I'm going
To
down a tangent
protect
here.
themselves, give themselves to get it out there so that
They got
there's a
an alibi.
trail.
Sammy,
There's
oh my
always an
God,
ultimatum. Is it an ultimatum?
this is your
No.
next book.
This is my next book. Well, I do have one like that I started and I was planning it out, and then I've just really not had the chance because I've been focusing on the nail mafia.
What have you
That
been
I've
doing?
just I've put it to one side, and I'm like, right, I will hopefully in the summer get some time to knuckle down and write some more. But yeah, I do need to have a bit of a crime thriller,
Yeah.
romancy, weird,
Yeah.
twisted thing because I watch so much random stuff on like Netflix, Paramount Plus, all of them sort of streaming. There is other streaming available. This is not an ad. Got to put that in there. But there's some of them. They just think they look like it. They just have that look.
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that weird look of like, oh, you look well dodgy. Don't think I could trust you. It's
So
like the ones that when you like. Yeah, no, I'm not going to actually say this because it may offend people, so I'm not going to say it.
I know it is a shame though, isn't it? Like, you haven't a look. There is a look. There's a look about different people. Oh yeah, these are private conversations I think we need to have, not me
Yeah,
like just about to say like this is fine. Yeah, there's bad people that look normal. I think is what I'm going to say, but
yeah.
there are some people that like sadly, I don't know, they get caught for something. Or there was a guy in the supermarket the other day who, the self-service things, and he hadn't put everything through. And the security guard was like, "You haven't put it all through." He was like, "Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have." I don't think he actually spoke like that, but that's my version of a rough person. And the security guard was like, "No, you haven't." And he was like, "Yeah, check my bag. I have." And so he checked his bag, and he was like, "You've got 4 of these. You've only put through for 3." And the guy was like, "Oh man, I forgot to put through. I forgot it. It was just an accident." And you stood there, you're looking at this poor, poor rough man who's really, 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 really rough, and he's obviously really well known to all the supermarkets. And you're thinking to yourself, man, yeah, we know you probably didn't just accidentally forget to pay for that one.
Do you know what? From working in a supermarket, right?
So
And like I've sourced so many things, and there was always the same people that do the weird, dodgy stuff. And there was a one point, and there was a group of lads, right? They came in separately, but they were all dressed the same, hoods up, black jackets. They were all in black, and then they would like loitering around the aisles, right? And all I can see is like management just doing like laps of like they knew that they were onto them. And
yeah,
I was doing click and collect at the time, so I'm just going around with my little trolley thing picking up people shopping. And I said to him, I was like, oi, can you just move out the way please, because you're like, have you found what you're looking for, because like I need to get to that. And they were like, yeah, but they were proper chavtastic. And it was like one of the moments I was like, they're watching you, that they know exactly what you're doing. They got away with stealing I think it was like 4 or 5 of them electric toothbrushes.
What?
right? Purely for the fact that they were too scared to approach them at the door when they were walking out. But it was like there was another lad that walked in later, so there was someone on obviously watch. Then there was like it was a team effort, right? And I was like, he's with them, he's with them, he's on the phone, they're on a phone, they're talking to each other to communicate. And I was like, I'm not stupid, but I think it's just because I'm on it all the time. But I said to a member of my staff, and I was just like, they're gonna that he's with them. No, no, he's not. He's not with them. I was like, he bloody is. I said he looks exactly the same. He's wearing the same clothes. He's talking on the phone, and I literally just heard him say, "Front door's clear."
Jeez.
And next thing you know, the other two have walked out with all the goods. And then the next thing you know, the other ones have just like hands in pockets and they're just bowling out the store and no one did anything. And it's like, because they were too scared. They actually do have a security guard on there now. But we didn't have a security guard for ages because they got taken away, and big man in the big top was like, "Oh no, you live in a lovely place. It's not going to get burgled." But they had a tip off as well because they'd been to like another store down the road and another. There was 3 stores they did in that one day, and it's like they get away with it because they know the system and they know for a fact that a member of staff is not going to go and approach them because you're taught not to. It's for your own safety at the end of the day because you don't know whether they're going to pull something out.
No, you don't, and it's not worth it, is it? Not worth the risk. But
That was
you've
a long
just
story. I'm so sorry.
made me think a lot there, Sammy. I mean, you know the way my brain works, I can always bring it back round into a lesson for us because I'm just that type
Hmm.
of person. My in-laws live in Anglesey, so North Wales, and there's a place called Conwy where there's loads of naughty seagulls, and I mean they are naughty in Conwy. But what's interesting about them is they don't work alone. When you said about there's a guy on the door and there's a guy here, that's exactly what the seagulls do in Conwy. And so you'll have one on a lamppost over there and then one here, and then they'll talk to each other. That'll be like a bit of a, and then that one will go zoop and swoop in and grab somebody's ice bum as they've come out the bakery. And it's hilarious to watch because you know it's happening. You can see that they're like together and they're working as a team. But turning this back around into our industry, and actually having that support network and that team and a group of you working together is always going to be better than you on your own. So, like those guys in the supermarket that Sam was talking about, if it had been one person doing that, they wouldn't have been able to get away with it. Not at all, because they're less of a threat, aren't they? They're like, just, you know what, mate? Come on, in the back. I don't know what happens in the back, but in the back. Same with the seagulls. One might miss it. And it's the same with our industry. If we don't stand together and unite together, use each other as like, rather than using each other as competition and trying to step and climb over each other, draw everybody in, draw these experts in and learn from each other to grow and be better. Like, yeah, there we go. So there's my lesson from that.
You hit that nail on the head. I was literally about to say, like, it's not all competition. We're all our own individuals. We can all help and empower each other because at the end of the day, we're building our own little empire. Everyone else can help along the way. Like you say, you're learning from other people. Like not everyone has done the same training. Not everyone has been in the same situation. Not everyone's done all these different things. Like I could recommend someone who can help you with your nail art. I could recommend someone who help you with a business. Me. I can help you someone with your tech. Oh yeah, me. Sammy advert. Woo, woo, woo. But no, it's one of them. Like you've got to have people in your community that will help you along the way and that aren't just there to judge because it's not all about judgment. It's all about supporting and helping each other grow.
Yeah. So, Sammy, on that note,
On that note,
you've done your 3-day challenge last week, and
yes,
what's happening now?
absolutely loved it. Absolutely
Did
loved
you?
it. You know what? I really, really did enjoy it. I felt like I don't know. I was a bit nervous at the start, like it's all new, and then I found like new different ways to do things, and I was playing with the tech stuff because I do love playing with a bit of tech,
That's you.
and it was just really good to learn. It was like a good learning curve at the same time, but I feel like I hope it helped people. I feel like it did because it made people then think a different way. But it also meant that I could get to where I am now, where I've launched my membership, which is called the Nail Mafia Empire, which is a VIP membership, which it includes all sorts of training in there. It's got my 5 days to fully book challenge. I'm going to be having live coaching in there. There'll be just want it to be a massive community of badass nail techs that want to just level up, support each other, etc. I think it's just not, well, there is obviously other places out there, but it's not the same as me, because I think I'm just completely different to most people I ever meet.
Sammy, you are different, but what I think, just sorry to jump in on
No,
what you're
that's
saying there,
fine.
but for me, one thing about you, Sammy, is you're massively involved. Like, you're hugely involved. You're involved with everybody that's in any of your groups. You get in there, you help each other, you put questions out to help people. Whereas some of these other groups, it's all just video recordings, and you never see the person who actually you're paying. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, whereas I'm actually there like, hey, what are you doing today? What are you doing?
yes.
I'm over here. Knock, knock, knock. Hello.
And that's where it's different. Plus, yours is a really low ticket offer. So it means it's more
Yes.
affordable for people that can't afford to get in these groups where they're paying like £100 a year. So
Yeah, it's well, so it's literally £10 a month,
that's
but
amazing.
I want it to just stay that price as long as like I can possibly can, because I would rather give you value for money and give you as much as I can in there. I want to add in templates. I'm going to add all sorts of different like videos for like learning, as well as having it as just for fun. I will probably even include this podcast in there at some point. It's literally just the go-to place to find all the information that you want business wise, and to help
Yeah.
you level up your salon, whether it's beauty or nails really. But my doors are open. If you send me a message, I can send you a direct link, or you can find it on my website at thenailmafia.com. It's on the top bar, and it'll just say VIP members on the top. Or is it? Yeah, I think it's that one, and join the membership that way.
Oh, congratulations. I think it's going to be really, really valuable for people. I think it's really good. And I love the low ticket price on it because it really, do you know, it does wind me up a lot. And I know that everybody's got to earn an income, right? I'm not stupid. And I'm talking about like, keep your prices high, blah, blah, blah. But it does really pee me off when I see these normal people suddenly charging thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds to take their education out of the realms of possibility for normal people. Um, yours is a step, isn't it? 10 quid. Everyone can afford 10 quid. You just cut down on a coffee. Everyone
Even
can
if you just
afford
did
it.
it for like a month, it's
Yeah,
like you can literally sign up for a month, you can cancel at any time,
brilliant.
whatever, you can rejoin at any time. It's not like you're tied into a contract. It's literally a pay as you go every month, and that's it. It's just a
Great.
reoccurring payment, but you get full access to everything that I put in there, which
Oh,
isn't going to be
great.
anywhere else. Because there is going to be stuff in there that you cannot find in the Nail Mafia Growth Academy Facebook group.
Yeah.
So if you want to find out what's in there, you're going to have to join and have a look.
It's 10 quid a month. He's just making it accessible to everybody. And it really annoys me. Here I go again. Come on, guys, let's try and make this industry better, not try and like feed the top side of the industry. Let's bring the bottom up by bringing like £10 memberships. That education is available for that bottom tier, that bottom level. And they are the ones that are going to keep bringing this industry up and up and up. Yes, I love this, Sammy. So everyone go and get it because it sounds amazing.
But I was just about to say, like, there was one of the comments I had in my challenge masterclass last week, was that one lady, she was like, well, I don't have a booking system because I can't afford one. Whereas making it affordable, it's one of them. It's finding other ways, but I will do some more research, and I will look at what other booking systems there is out there that are a bit more affordable when you're at the bottom.
Good, good, well done.
Thanks.
So
I
yeah,
like to
there
help
you go.
everybody, you see. I will do the legwork. I'll look for it all and then let you know.
For some of us, when we come into this industry, we generally have zero tech knowledge. We don't know how to do these things. We're just winging it most of the time. We're great at our treatments, but everything else is missing. So actually having the ability to find somebody like yourself who's trustworthy, who is in the industry, is just, yeah, great. So well done, you.
Thank you very
Yes. So on that note, nothing to say. There was a business success squad.
And mine, the Nail Mafia. Sorry, that was just completely blah, blah, blah. My
Sorry.
it's on fire.
Yeah, we got that little thing going off in our heads today.
like ding, 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 ding. What else have I got to do? So yes, I've got to write some more notes down of things I need to do later. Otherwise, I will forget. So yes, thank you again for watching, listening, and I hope to see you next week. And bye bye for now.
Bye. See you then.
See you later.